figure in the Li family. This meant that the Li family's decision to help the Tang family go to war wasn't just Wu Qian's own idea, but a decision made by the entire Li family. This Wu Qian, he didn't even consult me and used me instead. If he Shikon has already testified that Tong Yuandao was murdered by Ding Rulong, then dealing with the Liu family and forming an alliance with the Tong family is a good thing. It's killing two birds with one stone. I have no reason to refuse. Tong Jingbin took the USB drive and laughed. I didn't mean that. I didn't say I didn't trust you, young man. Come, let's discuss the details. Wu Qian, why didn't I meet you sooner? Li Maoran is so lucky to have a son-in-law like you. Then it's settled. I'll return to Shanghai immediately and report to my father, Mr. Tong. What about young Master Tang's matter? What do you think? Tong Jingbin scratched his head awkwardly. It's just a misunderstanding between the kids. It's not a big deal. Let it go. That won't do. If it's handled so simply, it will cause bigger problems. Wu Qian, don't beat around the bush. What are you thinking? News of young Master Tang's incident in Donghai will eventually get out, especially since Mr. Tong personally came to Donghai. If there's nothing behind it, outsiders will think that the Tong family is bullying the Li family. It will not only damage the Tong family's reputation, but also make people suspect that there's something shady going on between the Tong and Li families, which will affect our cooperation. You're right. Then, you decide how to handle this matter. Money alone is not enough. We need to show our sincerity. After discussing the major matters, Tong Jingbin headed to the airport. Before leaving, he instructed, XINBIO, the Li family will compensate for your injuries. I've already talked to them. Just listen to Wu Qian. Take whatever money he gives you. Don't ask for more, and don't refuse to take it. Also, if you don't want to go back, then stay here and get along with Wu Qian and Li Rubing. Especially Wu Qian, second uncle doesn't need to tell me, he's my master. Brother-in-law, third uncle and second master Tong have left. Tong Xinbio's matter is almost resolved. Your sister's event was also a success. Everything is going well. The best news is that bastard Ding Rulong ran away from Donghai. You handled this matter beautifully. By the way, brother-in-law, how did you make his gun explode? That's complicated. Wu Qian thought for a moment. Then, his phone rang. Hello. May I ask if this is Mr. Chenwu? I'm sorry to disturb you. I'm in Menglan, Miss Anne. What can I do for you? Well, I really like the 2 songs you wrote. I wonder if Mr. Chenwu has any thoughts about developing a career in the entertainment industry. I believe that with your talent, you will quickly become a new star. I don't have any plans for that at the moment. Mr. Chenwu, are you in Donghai? I'll be there in 2 days. At that time, we can meet with Miss Song and talk. What do you think? All right, then? Brother-in-law, we should head to my sister's celebration party. Let's go. After hanging up the phone, and Menglan thought to herself, it seems that it's more difficult than I expected to get this Mr. Chenwu on board. 3 cheers for our amazing boss. Long live Thank You Aruz. The crowd cheered and applauded. Mum, I have to go out for a bit. What time is it? Where are you going? It's important, Mom. Music, dreams, you understand. Music is an art form that expresses the thoughts and emotions of the composer or reflects real life. But for a song to become popular, it's very complicated. It requires the right time, the right place, the right people, the star effect, a catchy melody that evokes curiosity, and even the performance style. So, Senior is amazing. He's a genius. Miss Song, if you're not in a hurry to go home, why don't we chat with him some more? And Menglan, swirling her drink, said, actually, I spoke with him on the phone this afternoon, and he doesn't seem interested in debuting at all. Miss Song, do you know much about his family background? Song Juan replied, his family runs a small noodle shop in a small town. It's not really about his family, it's hard to explain. And Menglan, intrigued, pressed further, it's just the 2 of us here. You wouldn't want to see his talent go to waste, would you? Is there something he's not telling? Song Juan hesitated, then lowered her voice. Miss Anne, please don't tell anyone about this, and don't mention it in front of him. My senior seems to be kept by a rich woman. That woman is very strict with him. And Menglan gasped, Miss Song, are you sure? Have you met this woman? No, never, but we've spoken on the phone. She has a fierce and cold demeanor. I think she's even older than my mother. The most ridiculous thing is that she suspected that there was something going on between me and my senior. And Menglan, finding it hard to believe, asked, You've never met her, so how can you be so sure? My senior's family is ordinary. During his time at school, he was very frugal with his expenses and never spent extravagantly. Less than 2 months after graduation, he's wearing a new suit worth hundreds of thousands, driving a luxury car. How could there be such a drastic change if he wasn't being kept by a rich woman? Once I tried to help him, he became very sensitive and changed the subject. Isn't that enough proof? And Menglan continued, So, is your senior very handsome? Yes, very handsome. I really want to help him escape from that woman, but I don't know how. With his talent, he shouldn't be living like this. Song Juan suggested, Miss Anne, let's help him get rid of that woman, shall we? As long as she's gone, he'll definitely agree to debut. And Menglan, hearing about a handsome man, readily agreed, Okay, then I'll call him now. The scene shifted to Wu Chen, who was lying in bed with Li Rubing. He was busy when his phone suddenly rang. Li Rubing complained, It's so late, who is it? How annoying. Don't answer, it's Song Juan. Song Juan said to Wu Chen, Hello, senior. Are you free tomorrow? Miss Anne is in Donghai and wants to meet you. Wu Chen quickly replied, I'm not free in the morning, but I am in the afternoon. Okay, then let's meet tomorrow afternoon, okay. Hearing about another woman, Li Rubing asked, Why did I hear Miss Anne? Wu Chen smoothly lied, She probably wants to order a song, it's nothing important. Then, Li Rubing demanded Wu Chen's full attention on the playing field. I don't want you thinking about anything else right now, as you wish, I'll double your reward. And so, the two began, with occasional moans and groans echoing until almost dawn. The next morning, Wu Chen went to visit his shikin. Teacher Wu is here. As soon as she opened the door, Wu Chen asked, Are you used to living here? I've been busy lately and haven't had time to visit you. It's very good here, I'm fine. Teacher Wu is here, so I have to be a good host. Wu Chen immediately embraced his shikin blushed. Teacher Wu, I'm cooking, it's not convenient now. Let's wait until after dinner. Wu Chen whispered in his shikin's ear, Ding Rulong is in Donghai, he's in the hospital. He might not have a functional hand anymore, that's great, Teacher Wu, thank you. A moment later, He Shinshin came to the kitchen, Mom, is dinner ready? I'm hungry. He Shikin was startled, it's almost ready. He Shinshin, with a bright smile, said, Teacher, can you teach me how to draw today? Wu Chen patted He Shinshin's head. Teacher has some things to do today, I'll teach you next time. Okay. After the last incident, He Shinshin had become much less mischievous. She thought to herself, this feeling is so strange, it suddenly feels like a family. At this moment, He Shikin also thought happily, Teacher Wu, from now on, I'll do anything you ask. I'm willing to do anything for you. The scene shifted to a cafe that afternoon. Song Juan called out when she saw Wu Chen arrive. Over here, senior, sorry to keep you to waiting. And Menglan extended her hand, Mr. Wu, hello. Wu Chen politely greeted her back, Miss Anne, hello. And Menglan started the conversation, Mr. Wu, have you been paying attention to the internet lately? There's been a lot of discussion about you. Let's talk about your song first. Wu Chen smiled faintly. Then, the three of them talked about music for half an hour. Mr. Wu, you have a deep understanding of music. So, you really don't plan to debut, I think you. Hearing this, Wu Chen waved his hand, Miss Anne, my ambition doesn't lie in that direction. And Menglan continued, I think you can achieve great things in music. Could it be that the rumors are true, your girlfriend doesn't allow it? Hearing this, Song Juan spat out the water she was drinking. Wu Chen seemed to understand the problem and turned to Song Juan. He stopped abruptly, then replied to Menglan, no one can or is not allowing me to debut. I just don't want to, and Menglan stood up, disappointed and anxious. I don't understand your thinking, Mr. Wu, how about this? Please accept my invitation to dinner with your girlfriend, let's talk more then. Dinner, okay. When? Why not tonight? When Wu Chen and Li Rubing arrived,